Hey everyone, Josh here with Overland AZ. We are out in the garage today and we're looking at another modification for our Land Rover LR3. This is the Rig'd UltraSwing, and I've been looking for a reliable tire swing out to help me get my spare tire out from under the vehicle to give me more clearance and make it easier to access if we need it. I also wanted something that would allow me to tow our Turtleback trailer when we go camping and have the ability to carry a bike rack and swing it out of the way for easier access into the back of the vehicle. So in today's video, we're going to go over everything that comes in the package when you order one of these. We're going to get this installed onto the Land Rover, and then we're going to come back in the garage and talk about who this is for. So let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the package when you order these from Rig'd Supply. Of course, the main thing you're going to see here is the actual UltraSwing tire carrier. This one that I ordered here is the multi-fit, and if you're unsure which one you need, just reach out to Rig'd. They're super friendly and super helpful, and I was able to just send them a few measurements for my tow hitch and my rear bumper spacing, and they do exactly which one I would need. You're also going to get the tire mount, and so for the Land Rover, I let them know what my bolt pattern was and the spacing on my wheel, and they set me up with a universal mount that's going to fit not only the bolt pattern, but also keep my spare tire far enough away from the back of the vehicle so that it's not hitting into my back glass and giving me plenty of clearance. Another thing they include is a license plate bracket. So on a lot of vehicles, this tire swing out is actually going to block your license plate. And so they include this with all their tire carriers, and it just mounts right here, has a light built into it, and then it even has a connector to easily hook this up to your 4-pin on your hitch wiring for illumination for that. So nice and easy. I don't think I'm going to need this for the Land Rover based on where my spare tire's at, but nice to have it if you need it. And it's cool that it's included because I'm sure it's one of those things where you get this, you get it set up and you get it installed, and then you realize you can't see your license plate. Well, they've already solved that problem for you. You're also going to get all the hardware that you need. So we have hardware and lug nuts for the spare tire mounting. We also have hardware and some zip ties for the wiring for the license plate bracket. Of course, you got to get your stickers, but what's really cool is on here they have a QR code which takes you directly to the install videos and the install guides for getting this thing set up. Now, I just want to mention that there are a lot of different accessories that Rig'd sells that you can add on to your order. I just got the main kit, which gives you what you see here on the table, but some of the accessories that they have are like a tailgate table, they have Rotopax mounts, so all kinds of different things. And you know, for now, I really just want to get the spare tire mounted, but that table sounds really nice. So I think in the future, I will probably jump on the site and pick one of those up. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing ready to get installed on the Land Rover. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is remove this safety bolt at the end. This is only installed for shipping and came out really easily. If you do need a wrench for it, it's a size 13. We'll get that out of the way. And then over here on this end that goes into your hitch receiver, the directions say to just apply some grease around this, I imagine, so it doesn't seize up once you have this thing torqued down. Now, they do include a small grease packet, so we'll just slip a little bit in here. All right, so we have the tire swing out of the way, and I now have my spare tire up here on the bench. So our next step is to get our bolt pattern set for the actual mount for the spare tire. So please don't mind when I shine my camera in here how crusty this is. This is a spare tire, and this thing has lived under the back of my Land Rover for 206,000 miles and 20 years now. But we're gonna basically take our mount and drop it down in here. Okay guys, I told you it was pretty grimy in here. This is the back side of the wheel, and here's our spare tire mount. You wanna line up a stud mount here, and then 2 of your holes right here. And then we're gonna take 3 of these bolts and washers that they supply, and we will drop these through. So we know that these are the 2 points we're going to use. Now, depending on your bolt pattern, there's some other cutouts here. And so you just want to kind of lay this on here and get it roughly in place, just so you can see where that's exactly going to go. Now that we have that, we can take this out, and we're actually going to put a nut on each of these. And when we tighten this down, it will index itself right inside this channel here. I'm tightening the bolt from the back side just to bring that in. Now I'm not going to go too tight here because I need this to be able to slide still. We're going to take the other two, and we know that we are on these inside holes. So we'll drop a nut in there, and then we can tighten it. And again, just loose enough that we can still slide that around. And then we'll do our last one here. Okay, there we go. So we have all three in place, not overly tightened. And then we can take this and we'll just line these back into place. Now, before I actually tighten these down, I have these lug nuts that my Land Rover uses. They kind of index themselves inside the wheel. So I'm going to actually lift the tire up and I'm going to thread all three of these just kind of loosely on here to make sure that these bolts are perfectly centered inside of the bore holes. That way, when I tighten everything down, I know that I can get the lug nuts on and off fairly easily. Okay, so now that I have these in, I know that on the back side here, this is in the proper spot so that I'll be able to pull the wheel on and off of this easily. So now I can go ahead and tighten these down. And these are a 19 millimeter. Okay, so now what we need to do is take our spare tire mount as well as the hardware and go ahead and push this through from the back side. I'm just going to do the top one here to get this started and held in place. Now the rig directions say if you're carrying a 32-inch tire that you probably want to mount this on starting at the lowest bolt holes, and if you have a 35-inch tire or larger, you want to go up to the top. I'm going to go all the way to the top on this only because I know that on my Land Rover the factory hitch actually sits pretty low on that vehicle, and I want to keep my tire up for the clearance, so I'm not going to hurt anything by having it a little bit higher. It's only about maybe an inch or two anyways. Now we'll go ahead and get these tightened down. Got our spare tire mount right here. It's all spaced out for our lug pattern. These are all torqued down. We've greased the receiver right there, and we've removed the safety pin that comes with shipping right there. We're ready to go ahead and put this into the hitch on the back of the LR3. You're gonna need a 3/4 inch socket with about a 10-inch or so extension. And then I also got my torque wrench out because this is gonna get torqued to 85 foot-pounds. Okay, so we have it loosely in place. I'll show you what it looks like on the back side here. There's 2 pinholes on this, and I was able to go into the second one, which is about perfect for clearance from the bumper. Now, inside of this is where we're going to tighten that for the anti-wobble. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I'll be able to get my pin in, which I can, because if I can't get this in, I don't want to tighten that down yet. Trusty Harbor Freight torque wrench. It has never let me down yet. And we're going to go to 85 foot-pounds. Now, I don't want my UltraSwing growing legs, and I'm sure you don't either, so I would pick up one of these hitch pin locks. This is one that I typically use with the trailer, but I'm going to throw it on here for now, and I'll just order another one. Okay, we've got the wheel on. Let's open this thing up. Now, it's real easy. They have this handle that's already pre-adjusted and tensioned exactly where it needs to be. And so we'll just release that and then come back here and pull this pin. Now, the cool thing with this pin is it also doubles as your lockout. So if you were to want to set this thing open and lock it in any particular spot, you do that with this pin. The strap for this is magnetic, so you can't lose it when you set it down, which is a really nice touch. And let's pull this open. That opens incredibly smooth, and we can go really all the way out. So we could lock this thing all the way out if we want to, which is fantastic. Now I have full access into the back area here of the Land Rover if I needed to get in here, which is great because we have this thing set up now kind of like an incognito camping setup. So you can see my fridge and everything is in here, but it's all under this cover. We have our platform for the dogs or gear, bags, whatever. And then I have my cage back here because I always like to keep anything that we're carrying separate from the passenger compartment. So just in case we got in any kind of accident or anything, we're not having stuff fly around in the passenger compartment. It's all contained back here. So this is perfect. And actually, let's see. Yeah, so even if I opened it halfway, I can still get this fully open to get into the back here. And this would be perfect if I had that tailgate table. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get that on order. One of the things that I really like about this is just how solid it is on here. And if you follow my Instagram, you might have seen that I did try another tire carrier, and it was rated for towing and very similar things to this. But the issue was when I threw my bike rack on it, it had so much play that my spare tire was rattling and almost hitting my back glass. And I could just see my bikes bouncing in my rearview mirror. And it wasn't really a good feeling, and it didn't give me a lot of confidence for towing. And this, I can tell right off the bat, is much sturdier. The other one would flex on that arm right there. It's maybe a good product for some people. It didn't work for my needs, but I can say that I'm really happy with this Rig'd carrier. Okay, so let's talk about specifically why I got this and who this might be best for. So for our Land Rover LR3, there is not a ton of aftermarket out there for it. There is a swing out tire carrier, but it's extremely pricey, and I figure once that Land Rover dies, I'm probably going to get into another vehicle, something different. As much as I love the Land Rover, I would try something different when that vehicle goes. And so one of the things that's appealing to me for this type of product is I can remove this from the Land Rover and I can put it into any other vehicle that we have. Maybe that's some kind of Toyota or Lexus, I don't know, but forward thinking, the ability to remove this and keep my investment, because these are expensive too. These are not cheap, but knowing that if something happens to Land Rover or if we sell it and upgrade to something different, just having the ability to remove this and transfer it to another vehicle is really nice for future proofing. The other thing that I really like about this is the accessory hitch. So this accessory hitch down on the end here, that actually swings out with the full tire carrier. So the ability to throw my bike rack on here and swing that out of the way and get into the back of the Land Rover is hugely important to me. The other huge benefit for this, for our setup, is I tow a Turtleback trailer. When we go camping with the Land Rover, we have the Turtleback behind us, and this has a tow hitch that's rated for 10,000 pounds. Rig'd actually has had this tested and certified, and it actually surpassed that limit significantly from what they tell me. But that's the highest certification they can get for this size hitch. Now, I imagine for other people, your reasons are probably going to be very similar to mine for why you might want something like this. The ability to move it from one vehicle to another. If you lease your vehicles or you try to keep current vehicles and you're trading things in, the ability to have something that still gives you mounting for a spare tire for an oversized spare tire that doesn't fit under the vehicle. You go mountain biking and you want to be able to swing out your mountain bike and also have a tailgate table for cooking lunch while you're out on the trail. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons that something like this is beneficial. I think on our Wrangler on Clifford, we're kind of spoiled by the fact that the tire swing out is built into the rear tailgate because we've added a tailgate table on that. We have the ability to carry our 37-inch spare tire on there. We have the ability to carry a trasharoo on there for keeping our camp spots clean and picking up trash while we're out exploring. And adding something like this on the Land Rover is going to give us all the same functionality for that vehicle. And something that I'm really big on, especially when you have multiple adventure vehicles, is being able to get the same overall experience with either vehicle. Of course, Clifford is more capable for the trails. The Land Rover is more comfortable for long expeditions. But at the end of the day, being able to hook either one of those up to the Turtleback trailer and go out on a camping trip, we can have the same kind of experience, have the same creature comforts, and again, that's just a big reason for me for wanting to add something like this on the Land Rover. So I want to know, if you have one of these on your vehicle, what has been the biggest benefit for you, and what is the reason that you added one? And if you don't have one and you're considering one, what questions do you have that I didn't cover in this video? As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. We'll see you on the trail.